Hello and welcome back to Capital Convo with
Whoop, whoop.
me, Beatrice.
Daniella.
And Loriana.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. You'll be able to
Big
tell
2023.
it is, Danny is very ill
Yeah.
at ATM. at the
She's
moment.
leaky.
I'm very
Stop
leaky.
with
2023 has decided it wants to start me off on a low, so the only way is up. Hope you're all feeling more healthy than I am, and hope you guys don't catch it.
Some people think it's sexy when you sound bunged up though.
I feel like Phoebe
Bunged.
Buffet in Friends.
Yeah, if your voice gets deeper, like if your voice gets deeper, then yeah, it sounds quite good.
I
My
don't know
voice is
what's-
naturally deep and I sound like a boy, so.
I don't think it's really affected. I might be wrong. I
You
don't
know,
think it's really affected.
You sound croaky.
Oh,
Like as in like it sounds like it hurts.
see, my head feels like it's underwater. But anyway, enough about me. No one cares.
Well, this episode is about New Year's stuff. So this is a reflection on the year that's just gone, and we're gonna do the year ahead.
I'm excited.
Are you? I've
Who
got
was
some
a fan of
questions lined up.
2022 though? I
Who-
wasn't really a fan of
What did you say?
2022.
You weren't a fan?
I feel like.
Well,
after
we've discussed
Corona-
this a little bit, haven't we? Off podcast.
Yeah.
Like we've said about,
It went downhill. Like
I think 2022
on
is just
reflection,
like a random year.
But I think I did a lot of things that were great, like once in a lifetime type of things in that year. But nothing. The overall year wasn't good, as in they didn't add to my life exponentially. Like they
They're
were
just
one-off.
experiences.
Yeah, they were one-off great things. But as in terms of like the year as a whole, they didn't change my life. I'm not now living a better version of myself the year before. Like it literally got worse.
See, that's really funny for me because it's kind of the opposite. Like,
Oh really?
not
It got better, but I didn't do anything that was good.
It didn't get better. But the way that I see it, if I look at, like I said to you guys, if I look at January 2022 and January 2023, it didn't feel life-changing. It didn't feel amazing. There was times it was really fucking awful. And there was times it was like good.
Well, that's good. Positive.
But like, I don't think you realise it but if I look back to it a year ago, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, like my job, my just life in general is, I could not have predicted last year in January. No way. So I'm not even going to try to this year. I'm just like, let's see what
just
happens.
Roll in with it.
Roll with the
punches,
punches. I can't be
exactly.
asked.
Well, I think we'll get straight on to the first question then, which is this is kind of going to hopefully give us a positive outlook on 2022, even based on what we just said. But can you name at least one thing that you tried for the first time last year?
Taking someone back after they cheated on me.
Did you try it, or are you doing it, mate?
Oh, okay. I did.
I don't think you just tried that.
I did. I tried to face some of my fears.
Do you want to elaborate
Okay,
on one? What
so
was one?
my main fears are height and the sea. So when I went to Marbella, living it up, I went in the sea, even though I'm actually petrified, and
Well
I
done.
didn't panic. I just went with it because Amy really wanted to. Amy's my friend, by the way.
Shout out Amy.
Best friend, sister. Before she cusses me out, she made me go in the sea with her a couple times, and I actually enjoyed it because it was so hot that it was like refreshing. But I was still kind of like, oh my God, what is underneath me, sort of
Yeah.
thing. But I was fine, so I overcome that. And then another one she took me on again is one of those obstacle courses like across in the trees. I can't remember exactly what it's called.
Like Go Ape.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I did, Go Ape. And I was absolutely shitting myself the whole time because even on the first level, which is like almost just above the ground, I was literally like, what the fuck is this? I can't do this. I need help. And then they said, oh yeah, you got to go to level 2, level 3, level 4. And I went, huh?
No, sir.
I thought this was just the one. I found it hard on level 1 to do it. And then they were like gradually getting higher.
But
and I
that's
had
because
to
it's
keep
a heights
stopping.
thing, right? It
Yeah.
not because you found the course
no,
hard.
like the course. To be fair, some of it
them
was
are,
like
yeah,
a bit
let's be fair,
challenging,
yeah, they
but
are.
it was just the height thing. And I feel like because we did it together, it was so much better. Because if I was up there on my own, I probably would have just froze and been like, "Someone help me!" and clung onto a tree trunk, like, "Please
I
get
used
me
to
down."
do that to my sister.
But-
I used to have to go with her because
Yeah.
she'd be there frozen. I'd be like, I'm coming. And I'd like fix her stuff. And I'd be like, listen, you have to go because I will be there after you. And if you don't go, I can't go. And I'm like, we'll both go. Don't worry. As soon as you get over there, if you get stuck, climb up to the side and I'll just come and I'll like get there for you. It is better when you do it with someone.
I
if
wouldn't
you're
have been
scared
able
of
to
it.
do it myself. And I feel like those are two things I've definitely like tried.
That's really good.
To do, yeah,
Two
so-
fears.
Yeah.
Completed it, mate.
Yeah.
You've actually, you kind of made me think of my one because I was thinking, what what did I try for the
yours?
first time this year? And I don't know whether it counts as really trying, because one of mine, I guess, could be a fear, but I feel like I didn't know I was doing it until this year, where I realized it's not something I'm really scared of. I think coming out of lockdown, I spent a lot of time like on my own and like with my family and stuff when I moved back, and I hadn't spent a lot of time like around people. And then almost like in the relationship I was in, it was like baptism of fire in terms of having to be in situations with loads of people I didn't know, and like being only
social.
And I quite often was like didn't even get to see the one person that I did know the whole night. Like genuinely on about 8 occasions I was on my own with people, quite often quite a lot older than me, or you know, had a lot more money than me, or more sophisticated than me, or whatever, and I was there on my own and like just got on with it,
trying to navigate
the
night.
And I didn't realize it was something that I kind of like got over until this year, where I was inviting friends to do things with me, and they were like, I don't know anyone there though, or like, I only know you. And I was like, and like in my head I was like, and
it's not that
because
deep,
because I had to do it so much, I didn't clock that it was, obviously I know it's not particularly nice sometimes to be like the odd one out or feel like you don't know anyone. I obviously acknowledge that that isn't very nice, but I think because I had to do it so much and like go on holidays with people I'd never met and like be there and like only know like one person, or just have to like, sort of adapt, I'm kind of glad that I did that, because I feel like it's a fear now that I don't fear that situation. Like obviously sometimes it's scary, but I don't fear that situation. So I feel like I've come out my shell a bit. I mean, that's kind of something I tried, I guess.
That's good.
Yeah, no, definitely. I
For
think
a lot of
like,
people, that's a big thing.
Yeah, because a lot of people have social anxiety as well. Like some people don't even know they have it, but it's the fact that they don't know what could happen if they were left alone. Like I've had multiple times where that's happened, and I think I'm quite good in social like situations where if I'm left on my own, I can socialize. But I think that's just because I am very confident. Like as long as I know that I'm going to, like, say it's a party or something, and the person I've been with has gone with whoever, Amy, then I would literally just be fine with socializing. But I never knew how bad it was until I had friends that were literally like, oh, I'm really anxious about going to this, or I don't know. And I just used to be like, what? Like, just be excited. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, if something happens, then something happens. You know what I mean? But like, it used to be that little bit where
it's
I'd
really,
be like, oh.
It's weird for me because like, I think for a long time it didn't bother me at all, and then for maybe probably, I don't know, last few years it's bothered me more. And then I think my go-to when I do feel uncomfortable, or I'm like, I do the opposite. Like, rather than go into myself, I'll become even more outgoing and extroverted, because I'm like, okay,
I need to make up for the fact.
If I fake it enough and do way too much,
Yeah.
then I'm not going to feel that way anymore. Like, I don't know, it is a weird...
See,
I do feel like lockdown, though, did have a massive impact on people's social
skill, like
and
fears
battery and just like all of it.
Because that was part of the problem, is that it's not something that I'm scared of, and like sometimes I enjoy it, but to combine the two things that you said, I'm not scared of it anymore, so I find it like cool. The only thing is sometimes it is really annoying. Like if you find yourself in that situation and you don't get to spend time with the one person you went to go and see, you're with all these and you're like, cool, so why
am I here?
I've spent 8 hours talking to people I don't know, and I'm meant to be here like with my friend. It's either like it's annoying, but also now I don't have the energy for it. So I'm like, I don't mind coming here, showing up, but once I've spoken to people, after about 2 hours, I'm bored and I want to go home.
I get
like
you.
Even if I'm having a good time, because the people that I'm talking to, quite often they're fascinating, like they're really interesting people, or they come from completely different backgrounds or different history. They have like, they're interesting people, and I just don't want to hear it. After like 2 hours, I'm like, I don't really want to be here. Like, this is interesting, let's do it again, but I don't want to be here anymore.
I feel like that's something
short spans.
In 2022
bad.
I think I learned to be more intentional with my time. Like, that is one thing, definitely, like an overarching thing was like, I'm not going just for someone else's benefit, or to say that I've met this person so I feel better. Like, I've caught up with a friend so I don't feel guilty now that I haven't seen them for a month or whatever. Like, I don't care enough. Like, I really don't. I really, really don't. I really want to be more intentional with my time, and I think that's something that I picked up in 2022, that if there's something I don't want to do, or somewhere I don't want to be anymore, or a party I don't want to be at, or what, I will leave.
I think I need
and I
to
will
get
not
better
feel
at
a way
that.
about it. I will Irish goodbye, and that will be
The
it.
thing is there's been times where I'm comfortable doing that, and I will do, but like in certain times like, I physically couldn't leave because I was like, I don't have my stuff, I don't have a key, why am I in this situation?
Yeah.
And I can't leave. It's so annoying. But that what you said though is a good segue into the next kind of thing, which is if you had to choose 3 words to describe your past year, what would you describe them, and what are 3 words that you are taking into 2023, like even if it's like being intentional, mindful, whatever. So 3 words to describe 2022, please. Laura, hit me first.
4?
Yeah.
Is it like going to be a sentence? Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Meet me at Burst. Oh, it's more than one. It's more than 4 words.
Burst.
Meet me at Burst Lane. There you go.
What is
That's
that
all I'm
supposed
gonna
to
say.
I don't get it, but
mean? Yeah, neither do I.
It means all I did was drink and get lit the whole year.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
nice. And 2023?
This year I want to be I want to develop like my own skills and like do things that help me grow as a person, not just like do the same old that I would do every year. Like I
Yeah.
want to do, like I know people do like New Year's resolutions and things like that, but I don't really, I'd rather do things that I know can better myself, whether that's like starting my own stuff or doing things that I wouldn't usually do, like obviously the things
Just
that I
on
did with
that,
height.
Laura has just, if you're in London or
yeah.
how far are we reaching with this?
Anywhere we travel, we got
If you're
cars.
in the UK, I mean, we're not getting flights for you because
Yeah, the UK based.
yeah.
Based.
Then make sure that you follow LUJO underscore
No, decor underscore X.
LUJO decor underscore X on Instagram. Valentine's is coming up. This will be coming up before Valentine's. There's
Yeah.
lots of events, you know, birthdays, stuff.
Birthdays,
You're going to a
celebration.
hotel.
Make it special.
Make it special. Follow them. Laura is starting her new venture, so please
Yes,
support
I
her. It's
am.
looking great.
So that's what I really want to do this year is just be more like
Entrepreneurial.
yeah, but also like do things that I wouldn't do normally. Like I've started this with my friends as well, so it's like a group thing where we can all spend more time with each other. Like I spend a lot of time with Amy because obviously we're together all the time, but like I feel we could do things more than just chilling and whatever. Like I want to do stuff
a
that's
learning
actually
and growing
yeah,
experience,
like
like bonding,
learning
more
together,
bonding.
growing together, and then also just like building together as well. I sound like I'm in a relationship with her.
No, but that's cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I want to do.
Love that for you.
So yeah.
2022 in 3 words, I would say was
Mine are going to be similar to yours, I bet.
surprising,
Okay.
transformative,
These are big words, Danny.
and grounding.
Okay.
That's what I think of 2022.
And
And
2022.
heaps of shit in the middle.
We love.
No, it actually, do you know, it wasn't that bad. 2023, I, yes, would like to be more intentional, 1,000,000% with my time, my energy, the people around me, everything I do. I want it to be conscious. I want it to be transformative again. I want to, you know, learn again. Because funnily enough, I do feel like the worst parts of 2022 are actually the things that move me on the most. Like my job, for example, I hated my old job so much that I was kind of forced into getting a new one, which is now brought me to you guys.
Hell yeah.
And
Aren't we lucky?
I don't write resolutions either, Laura, but I like write notes at the start of the year, and I just put soft life.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I
remember you saying
era.
that.
It's my soft girl fucking era.
This is what I was saying earlier to
Yeah.
someone. I want to live my soft girl era. I don't want to feel like I have to have a front up all the time or feel angry
I'm
about
not
certain
doing it
situations or deal with situations that are going to pressure me into acting a certain way. I'm done with it. I don't have time for arguments. I don't have time for drama.
I want to be nurtured. I want to be vulnerable.
I want to be my
taken
own
care of.
feminine
Energy.
self.
Yes. So that soft life 2023, that is probably my biggest one. I just want to like self-care is such a like I hate that whole term, but I just want to like look after myself and just be nice to myself, and everyone be nice to me.
That is in mine.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think that's something that happens as you get older, though. You
just
start
want
realizing
peace.
how people are fake, and you don't have to deal with them, and then you think, oh, you know what? I'm actually independent. I can cut people off.
When you come out of it, you realize how much time, energy, mental space was being taken up.
Yeah. When you're in it, you don't.
Yeah, when you're in it, you don't realize, and then you're like, oh my goodness, what was I doing? Like, what was my headspace? Where were my focuses? What did I achieve anything? Like, it was almost like you're in a dream state, and then you come out of it and you're going, what was that? It's almost like you were lost, and now you're like, all right.
But I genuinely, like, it sounds really airy-fairy, but I really do believe...
lost and you found yourself as a bit airy-fairy.
Yeah, but it's like, I do think that makes a person, because, like...
Hopefully it's gonna make me.
I don't think resilience is even something that people should be like, yeah, you're so strong. Like, I don't like that whole vibe. But at the same time, me personally, some of the worst things that have happened to me, or the, like, shittest I've felt, off the back of that, I've been like, okay, cool, so this is what I need to change, and it usually works out for the best. So fingers crossed for you in 2023. Woo-hoo!
I know, true that. My words for 2022.
Oh, tell us. Yes.
I'm excited.
Experience.
Oh yeah.
A lot of experiences. A lot of lessons.
Yep.
Growth.
They're good ones.
They're all kind of one-ish and the same, because from the experiences came the lessons.
Yeah.
Like, I learned from the experiences, and then growth is like, I think from those lessons, I grew in ways that I didn't realize, and lost things that I'm now, readjusting my focus on, which leads me on to, the 2023 words, which are kind of like you said, not necessarily self-care, but health focus.
Okay.
I think both physical and mental, just because I do want to get healthy. I had some medical things last year that came out of the blue that took up quite a lot of months. That were a little bit scary for a bit. And I feel like that's sorted now. A bunch of things are sorted now, and that's where my focus is focusing on my health, and therefore myself, I guess. Goal oriented. Really got to start focusing on those goals and set them, and not like, New Year's resolutions.
Long term.
Yeah, just longer term, and then near improvement off the back of that.
Nice.
Those are my 3 words for this year.
I feel like your year sounds the most action-packed. Do you know?
Yeah,
hers
she's
is like,
got
goals,
let's do this, let's do this.
This was my problem last year, which is maybe why I kind of should have put it there, is that the reason that it's action-packed is because last year, if I think about it that deep, was slow. And it wasn't slow. It was slow because of me, because I'm not going to put the blame elsewhere, but it was so outwardly focused on other people that I don't think I achieved anything for me.
Yeah.
The whole year, I'm not sure I accomplished much, and all my focus felt like it was based on other people or waiting for things to happen. And that isn't their fault. That is my fault. That is where I chose to put my focus last year. And this year, it just feels like I am aware that was my focus last year. I'm trying to adjust that, reflect it back on me, and therefore, because it's me being responsible for me and taking accountability for that, I reckon hopefully that's where action's going to come in.
Yeah, I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Like,
it is quite a lot of pressure, but
towards the end of last year,
I need pressure to be happy.
I'm not one to obviously, your year better than anyone, but from what I know of your year last year, you learnt, a big thing was boundaries. It may have taken a hot sec, but then it was actually no,
you realised
I need to
your
put
worth
more
a lot
energy
more.
into myself, and I think that's obviously where this whole 2023 thing has come from, that you want to reinvest that time into yourself, and I think that's a really great thing.
This is what I want to say to you.
What?
It's like the moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where's this deep quote come from?
It is a deep quote.
Okay, let's hear.
It's like the moon. You have to go through phases of emptiness to finally feel full.
It's a spoken word. This is a spoken word.
Just thought I'd add it in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I appreciated that.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my Instagram bio to the moon.
It's like the moon.
Trying to be like the moon.
Trying to be like the moon. Yeah, it works.
Ask Laura if you have any questions. Okay, this one's kind of more upbeat. What's your favourite place that you visited last year? It can be a different country, or it can be like a place in
Marbella.
London.
Marbella.
Like, it can be like this house or whatever.
This house.
This museum, this gallery.
Oh, yours is Marbella.
Yeah, Puerto Banús.
Okay. What about you, Danny?
The easy option is to say Turkey.
Yeah. That's my easy option.
Oh,
too.
so mine's easy, is it?
No, but as in like you went on you were off ski last year.
I was.
Like you took a couple trips. Caught flights, not feelings.
I went to Marbella.
I was like, that was my choice.
I went twice to Marbella.
Yeah.
I'm sure you went. Did you not go to?
Marbella and Marbella.
Yeah.
The second time was
Yeah.
awful. First time was lit.
Yeah, but maybe not.
Just a lot of trips up to
Where
Birmingham.
do you think she went?
Oh, I don't know.
What?
That is one of the Birmingham. I went to Birmingham last year. Never been to Birmingham. I mean, it's not
Did you
all
go
this
to
cracked up to me.
Scotland as well?
Yeah, but for a shoot,
Yeah, but I just remember you eating a deep fried Mars bar.
I did have a deep. That was
That's an experience.
Yeah, that's why I said it. I was like, I remember that video.
That's
My
like 3
soul
words for
leveled up.
2022.
What?
Deep fried Mars bars are 3 words.
Yeah, I gotta get back there. No, but I had a tarot reading in a crystal shop in Birmingham.
That's pretty cool.
Really weird as well though, because it was like February, March time. And this woman, I was like, she's so full of shit. She just doesn't get me at all. Every single thing she said by the end of the year would come true. I was like, okay.
That reminds me of
I was
Archer.
so
Have you
sad.
That's
seen
why I
Archer, the
don't
TV
want to go
show?
and get one of those done, because I feel like I will hate the woman for telling me. I'll be like, no, that's not going to happen. And then if it does happen, I'll literally be like, I'll be so conscious of the fact that it could happen. I would avoid anything that could make it happen. So it would change the course of my year.
I'm going to do your tarot cards.
You do need to do them.
Yeah. What did you say about
Yeah.
Archer? I've never seen Archer.
Oh, they just have a phrase. They have these like things that they do concurrently through all the seasons. One of them's phrasing, like, and it's basically sexual innuendo. It's a bit like that's what
Right.
she said. But one of them is just like the gypsy woman said. Like, that's what that just reminded me of.
I blame her for
literally,
2022.
Some random person will get like shot, or like they'll be being chased by alligators, and he'll be like, "It's like the gypsy woman said."
Honestly.
And I'm like,
That fucking woman in Birmingham, if you're listening, you've ruined me. But no, that was fun. I went to Manchester as well and had a lovely grilled cheese.
Oh, yeah.
A few things, just been, just living. But this year I've already booked 3 things. I'm going to Barcelona, Valencia, and Budapest. And I'm planning to make a lot more trips. I've really missed doing stuff like that.
I want to travel more.
Yeah.
I have travelled a lot in my life, but I want to travel more. Because I want to be hot in a hot country.
I travelled a lot. I literally travelled quite a lot. I mean, you guys would be like, yes, you travelled a lot last year. But I want to do trips that I want to do.
Yeah.
Because I was so used to solo travel. I didn't do a single trip that wasn't with like someone's family or like my own family. And I was doing all of these like one-off city trips on my own, going like backpacking, slumming it, but like having the best time. And I went from that to like luxury family holidays, which, don't get me wrong, I'm aware is a luxury and very, very lucky, but you end up just doing what everyone else wants to do because you can't say anything. And it was amazing, and that's what those things are. Some of the things I mentioned in 2022 being like best experiences, one-off best experiences of my life. But just in terms of traveling, I want to do like trips that you said, like Budapest.
Yeah.
Like I want
Like,
to
I
do
wanna
some
just-
city breaks.
But that's the thing as well, like even the ones that I've booked, like I forgot, because for a long time I was really into city breaks and doing stuff like that just off the cuff. But it's actually like you can do it. You can go for a weekend
We could go to Paris on
With,
Friday
like-
tomorrow
yeah.
and come back on Sunday
But,
and
like,
have a great time.
it's affordable as well, like my
Oh
point.
yeah, for sure. You can. That's what I'm saying about the hostels and something. Me and my friend went to Milan for a weekend. But
Yeah.
the only reason I did it is because she booked it, and I'm like, why don't we do that again?
Yeah. I really, spontaneity needs to make a comeback. I feel like that really got lost over like lockdown, and everyone's kind of just like, I can't.
I'm very spontaneous. Like I will.
I miss
literally,
it.
It's on the day, and someone will be like, "Oh, do you want to come here?" I'll be like, "Cool, I'm coming." Like,
Yeah, I do
And it's
that.
always the best when it's spontaneous.
I seem to always end up at mad things. I don't know how it happens, but it's like every.
It's probably because you've got enough people asking you to do stuff. Like I don't have
Yeah.
enough people asking me to do crazy stuff.
See,
Like,
I've
even,
got
like,
to the
random-
point
I've got
now.
friends that are like, can you come to King's Cross Station and come and like say hi to me and walk around for 5 hours because my train's not for then.
But
Which
then
I
there's-
love, best experience, but like again, like last minute. But it isn't like, can you come to this rave? It is literally like, can you come and buy milk?
But see, this comes back to my whole intentional thing again, because I've got to the point that towards the end of last year, I was being I do feel bad for it, but my friends were like, hey, do you want to do this? Hey, should we go here? Hey.
And you were like,
and
no.
I'm like, no. I don't think I said yes to one thing in December.
You get in that phase though. I was like that. My first year of uni, I was a big. I said no so much that I didn't know how to say yes to anything, and I was always like it was so automatic to say no that I was like, what am I waiting for to say yes to?
Yeah.
What's gonna be
The thing.
the thing that I'm gonna say yes to? Because at this point, I've said no.
My
to
thing is
everything.
though, I just think I'm at the point now where I would like to believe, at least, or I kind of need to believe, that if there's something that I want to do, 1,000,000% I'm in, cool, great. But if it's something that I would probably rather not,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna sit there and pretend that I want to go with you. Like,
See, mine's-
it's that deep at this point.
Mine's the opposite. Mine is at this point, I'm just going to try and say yes and see if I have a good time. Because kind of what you said about being intentional with your time, because I'm now not afraid to leave, I'm like, if I don't know, I'm going to say yes and I'm going to go. And if I don't like it, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I'm just like, usually I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go, and then I'm going to be stuck there for 5 hours, and I'm going to have to do that. I don't have to be stuck there for 5 hours.
No.
If I go, stay there for half an hour and I don't like it, cool, I'm leaving.
That's
Yeah,
what
you're
I.
right.
That's what I do a lot. It's like I always say to my friends, I'm like, oh, we might as well try this or this. Like we'll have like multiple things we can do, and I'll be like, we might as well just try them. And if we don't like them, we've got something else to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
you're right.
it's not the end of the world. Like I remember on New Year's we went to this party. It was like an event that one of my friends held, and when we first got there, we were literally like, what the fuck is this? Like, why have you invited me to this? I genuinely was annoyed. I was literally like, nah. But I had something else planned, so I was like, it's cool. Let's see how it goes in about half an hour, and if it's not getting any better, we'll dip in it. And then everyone started to come in that half an hour, and then I was like, imagine if we just left then and there and been like, I'm not doing this or whatever, and I've got other options, it's calm, like at bougie or whatever. But I was like, no, let's actually give it a chance, and then if we then don't like it, we can leave. And thank God I did stay, because it was actually lit, and I had a really good time. But it's just like that little thing is, if I don't like something, there's certain things like going ice skating things, I would never choose to do that myself. But my friends have been like, just come, and I'm like, you know what, cool, I ain't got nothing else to do, let me just try it. And then I had the best time because it was actually fun. Like,
because when I was younger, I used to be like that, but I wasn't obviously necessarily able to make my own decisions, so I'd have to go. It would be like, even if it was like to a gallery or whatever with my family, I would have to go because I was too young to be on my own. And now that there's no one to force me to do things, I just started saying no, because I was like, well, anything I don't want to do, I don't have to do. I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to do anything. And then I was going, if I actually think about it, when I was younger, maybe half those things that I was complaining about and getting angry at my parents and my sister about saying I don't want to go, I did enjoy.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, do you know what? Like, what am I
that's
doing? Like, if someone invites me, to go ice skating, or says, hey, do you mind like coming to this new class with me, this new spin class with me? Oh, no, I don't really want to go. I'm tired. But I'm going, I used to enjoy spin. I'll get to see my friend.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find
Think
something.
positive.
Maybe I'll get some endorphins. Maybe I'll actually find something that I enjoy, and I might want to try another one down the line. And then it ends up being a thing, and you're like, actually,
I guess
That's a
it's
good
a
use of my time.
balance and just kind of listening to yourself, because when I first started like going and doing things with my friends, I'd say yes to everything. I would be the planner. I've always, friends, family, whatever, I'm the organizer. So that kind of helps me, because it usually ends up being something that I want to do. But I think I have recently gone through a phase where I just don't want to be sociable. I don't want to be out, and I
entirely
think
fine.
exactly. But then on the flip side of that, you can't get too used to that, because then you'll feel like you're missing out. So I think it's just that kind of like listening to
stage, though.
yourself, and you know, when you get the urge to push yourself out of your comfort zone, you kind of gotta do it. But if you also don't want to see anyone, that's fine, but don't Yeah, it's
Don't
a weird
isolate
one.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. I guess you just got to listen to yourself, because one person's going to sit there and say, you should be coming out, you should be, you can't be by yourself and doing whatever. And another person would be like, no, if you enjoy your own space, then that's great. Like, it's about listening to yourself.
There's definitely a time and place for it.
Yeah.
What is the best advice you've received this year?
As what, 2022?
Don't take other people's
yeah.
actions and judge yourself for other people's actions. So when someone does something to you, it's not necessarily because of something you've done or how you've acted. It's just who they are as a person. So to just actually have confidence in yourself, respect your self-worth and everything to do with that's like, regardless, men, women, friends, whatever, family members, whoever it is, I don't need anything that's gonna like disrupt my peace. So if you have something that you do towards me, I'm not going to think, oh, it's because of something I've done, or is it because of me or whatever. I'm not going to question myself. I'm just going to be like, cool, if that's what you want to be like, or this is who you want to be, then that's fine, and that's it. But I think that's the best advice I've given myself, because it has saved me a lot of drama.
That's good.
Well, not a lot of drama, but this year it's going to save me a lot of drama.
I would say the best advice that I've received would be, it's a really basic one, but go with your gut.
Oh, Chelsea, your gut's usually right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Like,
mine was going to be.
It's actually mad. Like, my gut was right for everything. Like, it's so important. It's so important to be in tune with that. And
What gets in the way of your gut? Because that's what I was trying to rationalize, because mine was going to be listen to your gut, like, because has been right, but therefore don't get hung up on what you want, because you're trying to change things so that your gut feeling's not right.
Well,
don't get involved in opposing your gut feeling.
That's really funny, because I actually, in one of the major situations of summer last year, I feel like most people, if you're ignoring your gut, it's because you're trying to go through like logic, or you're trying to paint a different picture of what something is. But I really want to be a person that stands by what I say. And if I'm saying go with your gut, or if someone, like, I want to live that. I don't want to just say, yeah, you should follow your gut, but then actually I'm ignoring it. Like, and sometimes your gut goes against all other logic, and it goes against everything that you should be thinking and saying and doing and whatever else. And I'm like, my gut has been right so many times that I don't actually care about, I don't care what is rational. I don't care. If my gut is saying it, cool, I could be wrong. This could all blow up in my face, but I'm going to go with it. It does sound a bit generic, but I'm such a big advocate for gut feelings.
Yeah.
And no matter what, if you have that intuitive feeling about anything, just follow it. If it blows up in your face, deal with it. It doesn't matter. You have to, you and you know your little feelings and your spidey senses better than anyone else. So believe it.
Mine's kind of like similar to that. There's two things, but they're one and the same. For one, don't be so narcissistic as to think that you can change things to go the way that you want them to go.
Just like someone.
Gee, you can't change people. I'm like, okay.
You're right.
Yeah. And then also, don't get hung up on what you imagine something to be, or what you want something to be, that you actually miss what it is.
Yes.
Because that they go one and the same, in that you've got your head on what you want something to be, and you're like, oh, I can change this. Like, I'm working towards this, and like, as if it's a goal to get to what you want. It's like, but if you're not acknowledging what it is, and the fact that it is what it is, like, what are you trying to do? If your gut feeling is this isn't it, whether that's your job, your partner, your friends, your lifestyle, a situation, a choice that you've made, if
that
you're
hasn't come from nowhere.
Yeah, like, if you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but you're like, oh, but it doesn't matter, like, I'll change it so that it isn't this. If you think I shouldn't have done that, I can get out of this now, get out of it.
Yeah.
Stop getting so hung up on the fact that it could be this. You could change it to make it this way. It's not that.
Yeah.
That's what I need to fix.
But it's
Not that.
it's an ego thing though, of not an ego, that sounds bad, but
change him.
but yeah, like that
I do
I
that as
can
well.
and it's
And
my
change
responsibility, and I've made this
situations.
decision, so I've got to see it through, and I've got to make the best of it. And it's like, actually, let's just
I am a
park
sucker
that
for
a
that.
second.
And this isn't even to do with like people, men,
Yeah.
friends. This is, I did that at university. I was like, I have chosen this university. I hated it.
yeah.
I hated it. And I was like, I made this decision. If it's shit, this is my fault. This is what I worked so hard for. I'm here now. What am I going to do? Leave? No. So I endured 2 years of absolute shite until I was like, peace out, I'm going to Australia for a year and I'll come back and sort this out. Because even then, even at that point, even though obviously I did take that break, still in my head was, I can't drop out.
Yeah.
Because
And
I
that's
was
the
like,
thing,
I've made this
people
decision,
are
and I am so like that with everything I do. I'm like, if this doesn't work out, it's a reflection of my failure, as
And I
opposed
do-
to the situation not being right or it being circumstantial or context driven. I'm always
that's
like,
normal.
yeah, okay, it was me. I've messed up. No, maybe the situation wasn't right for you, but you
Exactly.
didn't know that.
Exactly. I do completely understand that, but I think people sometimes are so, I'm not like saying you, but just in general, us as humans are so want to be right and want to have made the right decisions that it's really scary to go, actually, no, that wasn't for me, or no, I really need to rethink all of this, or like you
Start
feel like
again.
you send yourself down a river and then you've got to deal with whatever comes. No, you don't.
Because
Who
I
says?
think socially, or yeah, I mean, I'm going to say socially, it's kind of seen as a weakness.
Yeah, for sure.
Not necessarily to have made a mistake, but to backpedal.
Yeah.
Because you can make mistakes and change, like, and
learn
change your
from it and
decision.
grow into it.
Yeah, but it's more like going backwards is seen as it's like, oh, but why did you do that? Because you did this, and you're going, yeah, because it wasn't right. Oh, but it's kind of like a back step that you've taken now, and you're going, but sometimes you need a back step to go forward.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem that way, and so you commit to something that isn't working until you kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, you
And then
go
you're
at it
just
so hard.
Yeah, you're
until you're
further
like-
down. You're further down the line for sure, and you've stuck it out longer. But it's even shit. It's even
Yeah.
shitter now. So well done.
Don't
Sometimes
flog
I
a
just
dead
feel like,
horse.
yeah, like what you said it exactly. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything else. That was brilliant.
Okay, the last one. What I mean, either what's a new skill that you've learned this year? Can we? Is that a good one? The other one's lighthearted. It's like, what's the best film you've watched this year?
Definitely not Avatar 2, Way of the fucking Water. That was
I
waste.
need to watch that.
That's about 6.5 hours of 2023 already gone that I'm not going to get back. So, intentionality with my time. Maybe I should work on that a bit harder.
Avatar shouldn't have done it.
Oh, it was awful.
There's 3 and 4.
What skills have I got better at?
It's going to be the elements. It's going to be the elements. I said this to my boyfriend. It's going to be the elements because this one's water. I said, what are they going to do next? Fire? I bet they do.
What was the first one?
Earth, I guess.
Yeah,
Air.
actually.
What? Air?
Earth, wind, and air, earth, wind, fire. Oh, no, wind is air.
Right. We're having a mare.
Wait, fire,
Fire.
earth,
Water.
water, air.
Yeah, so they've done earth and water. They're going to do fucking fire and air. They're going to have them flying.
Because they said
Bored.
they
They all
said
fly already, though.
during this thing, during when they were filming this one, they filmed bits of 3 and 4 when
Because
they
they
were
don't want
filming
the
two.
kids to grow up,
Yeah, so
which I get. 'Cause
that means that there's going to be more. And then didn't the director say something like, "Oh,
I've
seeing
always
the
had an
rating."
affinity with the water.
Oh no, he was like, given the success of Avatar 2, it shows that people are sick and tired of streaming and watching things online, and they want to go to the cinema. And I was like, no, it doesn't. It just means that you wasted £1 billion on this, and visually, people feel like they have to see it because it's a social phenomenon.
and also the first one was lit, so we
Yeah, the
all
first one was such a
assumed
big
the second one
deal.
would be
There was
sick.
so much hype
I
around
don't put it down though because I still want to watch it.
it. Okay, sorry. The first
Jake
one was good.
Sully, why I know
Don't
that's
get me
a
wrong,
fictional
I think it's
character, but he
impressive.
could get it.
Jake Sully.
Oh my, he's so fit. He's so
Is
fit.
he?
I don't know what it is.
Do you mean
but
the
he's-
guy or the Avatar?
The Avatar.
I knew
Obviously
that.
not that
Avatar.
guy. What the hell?
There was a James Bond out.
I've never watched James Bond.
What
never
films
watched
have I
James Bond?
watched?
Should I write best films of 2020? Let's just give us some options. Best.
I
film-
haven't watched any films.
film. Yes, you have.
I've watched a few films
You
that have made me
literally
cry.
told me.
I've watched a lot of films in 2022, but
But I
none,
don't have
like
the
no
best,
new
yeah.
ones. Like I've watched like old films.
These just literally aren't loading. Don't Worry, Darling, Bullet Train, Rogue Agent,
I just haven't really gone to
Grey
cinema.
Man,
The rest is stuff that I would have watched already.
Elvis.
Oh, do you
Haven't
know
watched
what?
that,
I
haven't
watched
watched
Avatar 2 in 2022, so that's fine. It hasn't wasted any of my year. That made me
What
feel
about
better
Maverick?
already.
Do you know what? Top Gun Maverick was very good.
Didn't watch it.
Didn't watch it.
But it was very good. So that might be mine. I might take that
What
one.
the fuck have I watched? I don't even know.
The Ledge. Literally, I don't even recognise any of these films. I'm not being funny. The Where the Crawdad Sings.
Oh, do you know what? The Woman King was good. I went to watch that in the cinema. If we're
I
talking
haven't
new
seen-
films,
Oh, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I watched that the other day. Very cute.
Mrs. Harris Goes to
That
Paris.
just does not sound like a bit of me.
It's
See, like
The Woman
Wakanda
King I
Forever
thought
and
was good.
And Avatar.
Is that what is that part? That's part of Marvel. No, it isn't. I take it back. That
No,
was a
I
different
thought
one.
it's no, it's
No,
not.
it isn't. No, now that you've said that, I know it
But
isn't.
I thought that was in terms of new releases and films that I went to see in the cinema. That was probably the best one. Laura,
I don't
don't know.
actually have a film that I can choose.
Fairs.
The Woman King is. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
very good.
I
Do
remember
recommend
these.
it. And what was your last one, B? Sorry, the last question.
Skills.
Yeah, one skill that you learned. I mean, technically
I
speaking.
mean,
Better communication.
did you learn Photoshop?
I learned Premiere Pro, even though I
Yeah.
lied in my job interview and said that I'd done it, but I hadn't. Yeah, I got a new job, so I mean, I've learned like this is my first
Skills. You learned multiple skills.
career-related job outside of uni, so kind of everything I've learned here it was all kind of new to me to an extent,
Yeah.
and more airy-fairy and lofty than that. The skill that I've learned is
Believe in myself. And that's the
I've been
place to
tested
start.
on my intuition. That's what I would say. Like, I
Okay.
feel like I've always been quite intuitive, but now, like,
So your
I
new skill
really,
is
they've been like,
you've
oh,
learnt
do
to
you really
listen
think
to
that? Put it to the test, bitch. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, mine's communication.
Nice. That's a good one.
Got better at communication.
Love that.
a
But
new
like
skill
when I
I've
say
learnt.
communication, I mean like not talking to people. I mean like how
learn not
how I
to talk to
communicate
people.
in certain situations.
Yeah, how you deal with.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I don't know what skill I've learned. This is what I mean. I feel
Setting
like
better
it's-
boundaries. I really do think that
Yeah,
should be
setting
your top
boundaries.
skills.
Yeah, I think that and like acceptance.
And
That's
also
cute.
self-respect. That is definitely a skill because some
Yeah.
people are lacking.
That felt like an app, but okay.
No, but like you
Well, no,
this
we
isn't
didn't
enough
do
for
it.
me anymore. It's not cutting the fucking mustard. Adios. See you later. Don't let the good door hit you where the good Lord split you. See ya.
Stop with that.
Adios.
That's
It's
saying
from my
I
wife
hate.
and kids. I love it.
I hate it.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's true.
I would say that's
I think it's partially
outsider,
because like
that
I
shows.
want to respect other people, and so I don't want to think that like, you know, when you're like, oh, it feels mean, even for me to think I deserve better than this.
Nah, fuck 'em.
No, I know that's what you're gonna say, but I like it makes me think like, why do I deserve better than this?
Because
Because
you
you're
know
showing
who
better
you
than
are.
that.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned. I've learned that it isn't that you deserve better than like a certain person or a certain treatment. It's that you deserve better than what, like if you're giving more, you just deserve more, and it isn't necessarily a reflection on that person. That's why in my head I was going, oh, you think you're better than them, and I was like, that isn't it. It's better than what
Deserve
you're
better than what you're giving me.
getting.
What I will say is
You're ending it, the podcast on this.
I
Oh my
am.
god.
Big words.
Move in, everyone. Lean in.
this is what I've got to say.
Yeah.
In life,
The moon.
you will always have yourself.
Absolutely.
No matter what, you will always have yourself. People come and go, but you always have your back. So that's why you should always put yourself first, and that's why you should always think, I don't deserve this or whatever, because you as a person, you don't need anyone else. You can go through life and people will come and go, but it's you that will have your back, because nobody else will. It's your back. It's on your body. It's on your spine. There you go.
And have one. Have a spine.
Have a spine.
Love that.
Yeah.
Woo!
Good way to end it.
Laura Lama. It's like Dalai Lama.
Excuse me?
No, not
Dalai Lama.
I will spit at you.
Happy New Year then, guys.
Happy
Happy New
2023, guys.
I'm excited.
We hope you have thought about what you want to do this year.
Done some good reflecting, some good projecting forwards.
Yes. Yes, all
Reflecting
those
and
good things.
projecting.
Yeah.
That actually ends our 3rd season.
Wow.
So we're starting the new year with the end of a season. But good news, we'll be back in March. So stay strong till then.
You can do it.
Try not to miss us too much. And go and work on those New Year's goals.
Whoop whoop.
Remember
And
about the moon, guys. Remember about the moon.
Oh, also make sure you go and watch our starting next Friday. The guys at Capital Content have started their own podcast because ours was so great they had to copy us. So make sure you watch that. They are talking. They're catching up over a pint. It's called Pint Half Full. Stick around our YouTube, our socials, for all updates and exciting things coming. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.